In some ways, while not having sympathy, I think we can all have some understanding, at least on an analytical basis, of how some man could be jerked out of, quite honestly, a primitive culture somewhere in Afghanistan, dropped into, in this case, Fairfax, Virginia, a hyper-connected, hyper-modern world, and he's expected to light speed jump into the 21st century.
Right.
And what would he do but revert to the things that he knows so well, and some of those things might be radical Islam.
And we can have compassion for that individual and the plight of all kinds of people and still understand that we as a nation have a responsibility. Our government has a God-given responsibility to put the interest and the security and the well-being of our people first. It is not possible for them to prioritize the safety and desires and the economic prosperity of every single person from every single country. And so, yes, we can say, I want the best for that person, but I don't want the best for that person here because I care about my neighbors. I care about my children. I care about the place that God has providentially placed me, and I want to put that first.
Yeah, and the effort of understanding is not to obviously excuse any type of violent behavior, but it is for us as a nation to step back and ask if these experiments can be successful. Successful not just on the average, but on the whole, because we can't afford the exceptions. And now we have an entire country. 16% of the current population of America is foreign-born. We're not just talking about Afghans. We're talking about Somalis. We're talking about Central Americans. We're asking a lot of people to assimilate into America when the question should be, should they be here assimilating in the first place in America?
Right. And your point that you just made is so important, that we cannot afford the exceptions. It's not that every person who was born somewhere else is going to be a criminal, or maybe even more likely to be a criminal. It's that we already have criminals here and we don't need to add more of those. Every single crime that's committed by someone who should not be here in the first place was preventable. Not every crime is preventable, but those are. And so if we want a safer nation, if we want a more prosperous nation, we have to be asking these uncomfortable questions that, honestly, I hope and I think that more people are getting more comfortable asking.